Okay, so now that I have 2 or 3 weeks worth of onions, we're gonna go ahead and chop some tomatoes, okay? So we're just gonna do a couple of tomatoes because there's only about 2 different ways to really do the tomatoes. So tomatoes are pretty basic. You just rinse them, make sure they're rinsed, make sure when you go to select them at the grocery store that they're not super hard and you can't push down. You want to get ones that you can at least like push down just a tad bit and see, like you can kind of feel if they're like ripe enough, and you don't want to get ones that are too ripe because then within a couple of days they're gonna just start getting mushy on you, right? So here's a tomato. What we're gonna do with the tomato is, again, we're gonna go north to south, which is how I do it. Some people have a different method of doing it. I just go north to south again, just like the onion, and then I flip it and flip it this way. Now with the chopped tomato, you just wanna do the same thing as we did with the onion, except you don't have to do that middle step. So you wanna slice it. So now we have tomato slices, like half slices, just like we did with the onion. We first did with the onion, okay? So these are slices of tomato. And the tomato always has this like black end, which I am too lazy, as you can see in some of my pictures, to ever remove, but you should always remove this black end stem. And then there you have a sliced tomato. And then if you want to chop the tomato, we're gonna go unlike the onion, which requires 2 steps, this one only, 3 steps, this one only requires 2 steps. So we sliced it, just like these slices, and then we're gonna go the other way and just chop them down. And there you have chopped tomatoes. Now, if you want to create rings for whatever reason, like for like burrata or any type of an Italian dish or any type of a salad, like a fancy salad, you can go ahead and just remove this part, which is the stem part, the one that I always forget to remove, toss, and then just make the rings, just like so. Now the rings are good for sandwiches, and again, like for the fancy salads and burrata salads and burrata tomato salads and so forth. So here you have the rings, okay? So we did the slices, we did the chopped, which is just 2 steps as opposed to the onion, and then we did the rings. So now I'm gonna be showing you how to do garlic in various different ways and talking about garlic a bit.